Britney Jean Spears was born on December 2, 1981, in Macomb, Mississippi, though she was raised in the small town of Kentwood, Louisiana. Now 43 years old, this pop icon currently resides in a sprawling Italian villa-style mansion in Thousand Oaks, California, which sits on 21 acres and is worth $14 million. The 12,464 square foot estate features 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and 3 living rooms, though she has recently been spending extended time in Mexico, citing frustration with media portrayal and seeking peace away from the paparazzi. Born to James Jamie Spears and Lynn Bridges, Britney grew up in a working-class family that struggled financially. Her father battled alcoholism and had difficulty maintaining steady employment, while her mother worked to support the family's dreams of stardom for their talented daughter. From age 2, Britney displayed an extraordinary natural ability for singing and dancing, performing at local talent shows and competitions throughout Louisiana. At just 8 years old, she auditioned for Disney's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club, but was deemed too young for the program. However, the impressed producers encouraged her family to get an agent in New York City, leading to summers spent in Manhattan attending the Professional Performing Arts School. During this period, she appeared in television commercials and landed an understudy role in the off-Broadway production of Ruthless in 1991. 2 years later, at 11, she successfully joined the all-new Mickey Mouse Club, becoming part of an ensemble cast that included future superstars Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and Ryan Gosling. The show provided invaluable training in singing, dancing, and performing, though it was canceled after her second season. This experience shaped her into a polished performer, but also introduced her to the intense pressures of the entertainment industry at a remarkably young age. After the show's cancellation in 1995, Britney returned to Louisiana briefly before pursuing a music career at 15. She created a demo tape that caught the attention of Jive Records, leading to a development deal. Working with producer Eric Foster White, she underwent a vocal transformation that shaped her voice from what was described as lower and less poppy to the distinctively, unmistakably Britney sound that would define her career. Her debut single, Baby One More Time, was released in 1998, accompanied by a controversial music video featuring Britney in a provocative schoolgirl outfit that sparked debates about sexualizing young performers. Despite the controversy, or perhaps because of it, the song became a massive hit. When her debut album of the same name was released in January 1999, it shot to number 1 and eventually sold over 10 million copies in the United States alone. The success was unprecedented for a 17-year-old, instantly transforming Britney into a global phenomenon and the undisputed princess of pop. Her follow-up album, Oops, I Did It Again, released in 2000, broke records by selling 1.3 million copies in its first week, setting a new standard for first-week sales by a solo artist. As Britney matured, she deliberately evolved her image to match her growing fan base. Her 2001 album, Britney, showcased a more adult persona, followed by 2003's In the Zone, which featured sexually charged hits like Toxic and Me Against the Music. During this period, she was romantically linked to Justin Timberlake, creating one of pop culture's most scrutinized celebrity relationships. Their highly publicized breakup in 2002 became tabloid fodder, with Timberlake's subsequent music and interviews painting Britney in an unfavorable light. The experience taught her harsh lessons about fame's double standards and the media's treatment of young women in the spotlight. Her personal life became increasingly chaotic throughout the mid-2000s. A brief marriage to childhood friend Jason Alexander in Las Vegas was annulled after just 55 hours. She then began dating backup dancer Kevin Federline, leading to another impulsive decision to marry him in 2004. The relationship produced 2 sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, but also introduced additional instability as Federline's questionable motivations became apparent to observers. The breaking point came in 2006 when Britney filed for divorce from Federline, citing irreconcilable differences. What followed was one of the most documented celebrity meltdowns in modern history. Under intense paparazzi scrutiny and struggling with postpartum depression, Britney's behavior became increasingly erratic. She was photographed partying with Paris Hilton, entering and leaving rehab facilities, and most memorably, shaving her head at a Tarzana salon in February 2007. The head shaving incident, which she later explained was an attempt to regain control over her image and life, became an iconic symbol of celebrity breakdown. When a salon employee hesitated to shave her head, Britney reportedly said, "I don't want anyone touching me. I'm tired of everybody touching me." Her struggles culminated in a custody battle with Federline, during which she lost primary custody of her children. In January 2008, following a series of public incidents, including a standoff with police at her home, a judge granted Federline sole custody and suspended Britney's visitation rights. It was at this lowest point that her father, Jamie Spears, petitioned for an emergency conservatorship, initially presented as a temporary measure to address her mental health crisis. What was meant to be a short-term intervention became a 13-year legal arrangement that would control every aspect of her life, from her finances to her personal relationships and career decisions. Under the conservatorship, Britney experienced what many considered a remarkable professional comeback. Her 2007 album, Blackout, recorded during her darkest period, was critically acclaimed and demonstrated her artistic growth. She returned to touring, released successful albums including Circus and Femme Fatale, and began a highly profitable Las Vegas residency at Planet Hollywood that grossed over $137 million. However, the conservatorship's restrictive nature became increasingly apparent. Court documents later revealed that Britney had been fighting to end the arrangement for years, despite public statements suggesting she was content with the situation. She was required to seek permission for basic life decisions, had her communications monitored, and was prohibited from making certain personal choices, including marriage and having more children. The turning point came in 2019 when fans began questioning the conservatorship's necessity, leading to the Free Britney movement. Social media campaigns, fan protests, and investigative reporting exposed the arrangement's controlling nature and raised questions about whether it was serving Britney's best interests or primarily benefiting those in control of her estimated $60 million fortune. The movement gained momentum when it was revealed that Jamie Spears was receiving approximately $16,000 monthly, plus a percentage of Britney's earnings. The 2021 documentary Framing Britney Spears brought mainstream attention to her situation, leading to increased public pressure for change. The decisive moment came in June 2021 when Britney spoke publicly in court for the first time, calling the conservatorship abusive and revealing shocking details about her restricted life. She testified that she had been forced to take medication, prohibited from removing an IUD despite wanting more children, and required to work against her will. Her emotional testimony generated massive media coverage and over 1 million Twitter shares. Following her testimony, public opinion shifted dramatically in her favor. High-profile supporters, including celebrities and politicians, called for the conservatorship's termination. In November 2021, after years of legal battles, the conservatorship was finally dissolved, restoring Britney's legal autonomy for the first time since 2008. Her first major decision as a free woman was to marry Sam Asghari, a fitness trainer and actor she had been dating since 2016. Their June 2022 wedding at her Thousand Oaks estate was a star-studded affair featuring guests like Madonna, Paris Hilton, and Drew Barrymore. However, the marriage proved short-lived, with Asghari filing for divorce in August 2023, citing irreconcilable differences. In October 2023, Britney published her memoir, The Woman in Me, which became an instant bestseller and provided her unfiltered perspective on her life experiences. The book revealed additional details about her relationship with Justin Timberlake, her struggles during the conservatorship, and her journey toward healing and self-discovery. Currently, Britney focuses on rebuilding relationships with her sons, who had been estranged during the latter years of the conservatorship. She recently reunited with her younger son, Jaden, who reached out to her directly, marking a significant step in healing their fractured relationship. Her present life represents a careful balance between reclaiming her independence and protecting her mental health. The Thousand Oaks Mansion provides privacy and security, featuring amenities including a private recording studio, multiple living spaces, and extensive grounds that offer refuge from public scrutiny. Her recent trips to Mexico reflect her desire for complete escape from the pressures that have defined much of her adult life. At 43, Britney Spears remains one of the most influential pop artists of all time, having sold over 150 million records worldwide. Her impact extends beyond music to include changing conversations about mental health, celebrity, exploitation, and legal protections for vulnerable individuals. The Free Britney movement demonstrated social media's power to affect real-world change and highlighted the importance of believing and supporting those whose voices have been silenced. Her story serves as both a cautionary tale about fame's destructive potential and an inspiring example of resilience and eventual triumph. From the small-town girl who dreamed of stardom to the global icon who fought for and won her freedom, Britney Spears represents the complex reality of achieving the American dream while paying an almost unbearable personal cost. Her legacy will be defined not just by her musical contributions, but by her courage in speaking her truth and inspiring others to question systems of control that masquerade as protection.